Hey, what's going on? This is Mando Crusader, and today we're going to be playing some more MTGO. And this time we're going to be playing a deck that I can best describe as Mono Black Burn, or almost Mono Black Burn. It does splash a little bit of red in, but we'll get to that in a second. So I found this deck online. The list is in the description, or the link to the original list is in the description. And what attracted me to it was very cheap. So as I said a few other times, well, not a few other times, in both of my other MTGO videos, you actually have to buy cards for real money in MTGO, unlike MTGA. And this one costs at the time of this recording just under $5, and that really attracted me to it because I don't have a lot of money, and what also attracted me to it was it looks really fun. So let's go over the deck real quick here before we jump into this. So what I mean by Mono Black Burn is there's a lot of just cards that just do pure raw damage. So we've got Sovereign's Bite. Target player loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. We've got Tyrant's Choice, which can act as just 4 damage or removal if you can pull it off. You have Sign in Blood, which not only could be used to draw you cards, but if your opponent's on 2 life, hey, that's a nice finisher. You got Perilous Myrrh. When it dies, deals 2 damage to any target. Morsel Theft. Target player loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Bump in the Night. Target opponent loses 3 life. And throughout all of these, you have creatures that take advantage of your opponent losing life, such as Gul'Dra's Vampire. As long as an opponent has 10 or less life, Gul'Dra's Vampire gets +2/+1 and has Intimidate. It also has Village Rites to provide synergies with cards like Perilous Myrrh or Serrated Scorpion. Serrated Scorpion dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life, while also drawing you cards, which is super fun. And it's basically just kill your opponent as quickly as possible before they can kill you. I mean that's the name of the game, but that's the name of the Magic in general. But it sort of plays almost like a red deck in a way. That's the best way I can describe it. It's very unique. I've actually never played a black deck like this before. And it's fun to play, as I'm sure you will see in the matches once we get to that point. Now, as I said before, this deck does splash in a little bit of red in the mana base. So the mana base, before we get to that, I know I said that before, but we're going to get to that in just 1 second here. It's a bunch of swamps, 14 swamps to be exact, 2 Barren Moors for potential cycling if we need it, and this is the red that I've been building up to, 2 Rakdos Canarium. Enters the battlefield tapped, enters the battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand, and it can add a red. This is so that, if necessary, we can flashback Bump in the Night, because it requires 1 red to flashback. I don't think, we won't be doing this a lot, because it also costs 5 colorless mana to do, but, you know, it's there if we need it. If we pull this over, the sideboard, you know, it's got some graveyard hate in Nihil Spellbomb. We got Choking Sands, some land destruction, help throw our opponents off curb, as well as deal some damage. Geth's Verdict, some extra damage, as well as removal. Unexpected Fangs for our lifelink needs. Trespasser's Curse for just creature-heavy decks. Echoing Decay, just, again, Removal. Blade Brand, Death Touch, draw a card, fun things. Crypt Rats, just to go absolute ham if we need to. It deals X damage to each creature and each player. Spend only black mana on X. Really fun card if the situation calls for it. And yeah, that's basically the deck. You know, there's not a lot of moving parts with decks like these. It's really simple to pick up and see, you know, what's going on, what the deck does. So yeah, let's get into some games. But before we do that, I would like to ask that if you like this content, why not subscribe? If you like it, why not leave a like? You know, sort of what it's there for. And comment on any other decks that you'd like me to play. In either MTGO or MTGA. I'll do what I can. Also, any other games that you'd like me to play. Currently, we play MTGO, MTGA, and we've got a playthrough of Sunless Skies going. And there may be another one coming very soon. I'll leave that as a surprise. But if you want me to play any other games, let me know in the comments below. And, you know, like I said, I'll see what I can do. So, now, without further ado, let's get into some matches and see what this deck can do. Alright. And it looks like we are going to be on the play. I would like to go first. Advantage is everything with decks like this. Let's see. Night Market Lookout's really nice. Changeling Outcast is also really nice because it can't be blocked. We only have one land, but everything in our hand except Tyrant's Choice only requires 1 mana, so I'm relatively confident that by the time we need to play something like Tyrant's Choice, we'll be able to get another mana. Alright, so let's throw out Swamp, and we're actually going to go with Changeling Outcast first. And pass the turn. And like I said, Changeling Outcast cannot be blocked. So that's just guaranteed 1 damage each turn. Bam, bam, bam. And just poke them while we wait for some of our bigger things to come along. Got a forest. And it looks like we may be playing elves. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know how I feel about elves. Let's go with another Changeling Outcast. Sovereign's Bite would be really, really nice. We do need another mana for that. So hopefully we can draw that. Though at that point, it would be a choice between Night Market Lookout or Sovereign's Bite. Or even just Tyrant's Choice, really. But now we're... Oh, it's not elves. Okay. Mud Drifter. Okay. Refill their hand a little bit. Sign in Blood. Okay. Now I'm starting to get a little worried about our mana situation. However, we're not... There's no reason to be overly concerned just yet. It does look like our opponent is building up to something. I would like to draw a mana this turn. Thermocast. Oh, well, there goes our swamp. Alright. Oh, well, there was our second swamp. Unfortunately, it's now our only swamp. We're gonna make a play here. We're going to risk our Night Market Lookout because it will deal 1 damage no matter what. As well as gain us a life. Are they going to block it with their elves? They do. I am perfectly okay with that. Denying them an extra mana, I am absolutely fine with. Another island. Oh, okay. Are we playing with some? Are we playing against some sort of land destruction here? Because we kind of need our lands, in order to do things. You know, it's kind of how the game works. Okay, well, poke for 2. Burn our opponent down to 12. Gain a life with Thornwood Falls. So they're going to create 2 elephants due to rebound here. Which is fine, because the elephants cannot block. So, they're down to 11. If we can kill them before they can kill us, which if they're doing 6 damage a turn may not... I'm sorry, something got stuck in my throat there. Those two thermocasts really messed me up. Because we're not able to play anything, which is kind of bad. You know, I could really use, like, Sovereign's Bite or Tyrant's Choice right now to really... you know, deal the damage. I feel like if we had our land... yeah, I think we've lost this game due to the 2 thermocasts. We could have dealt with 1. But we aren't going to be able... Like, we can't deal with 2 of them, especially when we only draw 2. Although it is slightly more shocking to me is that we've gone through 13 of our cards, of our 13 cards of our deck, and we've only had 2 lands. That's a little surprising. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're gonna have to... We don't really have anything to deal with that. I mean, we could add in some land destruction of our own with Choking Sands. But even though that only targets... No, that targets everything. I misread the last section. So the thing is, sideboarding here is a bit tough, because the only reason we lost is we didn't have land, and there really isn't anything I can do about that. I think, honestly, I think we just go in with the same deck, and hope we don't get thermocasted to death. That's what I think we do. And we won the dice roll again. Only 1 land again. Not gonna lie, I'm getting flashbacks, but, we're gonna roll with it, and hope we don't get thermocasted to death. Ponder. Doing a little deck smoothing here. Oh, boy. Guess we play Night Market Lookout. I'd really like a turn 3 land. That'd be really, really helpful. And if we don't, we just get another Changeling Outcast. Okay, deal a damage with Night Market Lookout. Heal a point of health. Put him down to 16. And we've got a Mole Drifter, not Mud Drifter. Although it does kind of look like that. I think it's the lungfish that like lives in the mud or whatever. So maybe that's where my mind went there. Who knows? We do get 4 free damage this turn again, though. And he does have to discard a card. A Eureka Moment. Still no land. Well, Night Market Lookout. Attack with everything. Gain a life, deal a damage. Deal 3 damage, down to 12. Another Ponder. And there's a forest, I think. Okay. We're still going to attack with our Night Market Lookouts. Still only 1 land. Man, luck really doesn't like me tonight. Let's see here. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I am willing to trade for that. Opponent down to 7. I think at this point, even if he starts throwing out his big creatures, I could trade effectively here. Okay. Ah! Finally! We have found our swamp. Let's see. I think we play... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna untap... No, you know what? We're going... I gotta decide what we're gonna do here. I think Dusk Legion Zealot for a little extra card draw. And we do have another swamp in hand. Okay. So if he does destroy one of our swamps, we do have a replacement, and that's extremely important. Kill his elf. Opponent down to 4. And I think we have lethal next turn. Even if... And there we go. All right. So that just confirms my suspicion. The problem with that first game is we just didn't have land. That just confirms my suspicion there. So, yeah, I don't think we need to sideboard anything else, really. Maybe Blade Brand? Maybe... You know what? I think... Here's what I think we're going to do. I think I'm going to take out 2 Morsel Thefts. And we're going to add in 2 copies of Trespasser's Curse. Because this guy does play creatures. And I think that that little bit of extra damage could push us over the edge in Game 3. We lost the dice roll. We do have plenty of land, though. Plenty of land. All of our cards are 1-drops. We've got Changeling Outcast, Ghoul Draws, 2 Bump in the Nights. So that's just 6. He's effectively on 14 right at this moment, and he doesn't even know it yet. Okay. Swamp, tap, Changeling Outcast. And we will soon be off to the races. Forest. No Ghoul Daz Vampire. We're gonna, just in case he has that land destruction in hand, we are going to Sovereign's Bite right now. Take advantage of that while I have 2 land on the field. Okay, Mana Leak. That's fine. I'm glad to get that out of his hand. Hopefully he doesn't have more of them. That wouldn't be very fun for us. Let's put out a Swamp. Throw out Perilous Mirror. Counterspell. Okay. Now that is a card I'm perfectly fine getting countered. Let's cast our first Bump in the Night. Put him down to 15. Trumpeting Herd. That's fine. Let's throw out... That does enter tapped. Let's throw out Rakdos Canarium. Put a Swamp back in our hand. Tap 1. Put out Ghoul Draws. Tap 2. Bump in the Night. For 12. Well, for 3. Put him down to 12. Poke for 1. Down to 11. And at this point, we're 1 off from being... Are we? No. Sorry, that was a lie. We're 2 off from being able to flashback bump. However, he's got those elephants on the field now. We'll let him hit me for 3 here. I would really like to draw something good here. That's actually perfection right there. Oh gosh, I hope he doesn't have a counter. Third bump. He does not have a counter. Down to 8. Our Ghoul Draws are 3 2s now. So we're going to attack. And if he blocks, he's going to lose the elephant. Alright. Eureka moment. Is he going to block? Weather the Storm. He gains 12 life. Back up to 20. He is going to I don't believe this. My perfect plan. Well, I guess that's the risk you take when you play Burn, right? You're sort of derailed if your opponent has something like that. Yeah, that's GG. That was a good game. That was a really good game. I think that first game was a little cheap, denying me the mana, but hey, you know, I've showcased Land of Destruction on this channel before, so you reap what you sow, I suppose. All right, here we go. You're on the play. I would like to keep this hand. We got a little card draw in Dusk Legion Zealot, Sovereign's Bite, Tyrant's Choice, as well as turn 1 Night Market Lookout. I think this hand is a winner right here. But it all depends on what our opponent is playing, but doesn't it always? Forest. Avagan's Pilgrim. Looks like we got green-white going on. Serried Scorpion. We're not doing that. I would like to Sovereign's Bite our opponent. And take a gamble here. I don't think they're going to block. But if they do, that's really good for us. Blocking their mana giver. They don't, as I expected them to. So already on turn 2, they are down to 3/4 of their health. And this is what one of the things I really, really like about this deck. Ooh, blue. Is that it can just go so quickly. Just so quickly. And next turn, we have cycling. All right. We have our choice of Dusk Legion Zealot, or Tyrant's Choice, or Sovereign's Bite, which is really cool. Just deal another 5 damage. Bring ourselves up to 28 health. And our opponent down to 10. And now we've got Serried Scorpion out there. If we draw Village Rites, that's another 2 damage. We've got Tyrant's Choice in hand. We've got all sorts of weapons to deal with our opponent here. Breath of Life. Okay. Creating food. That is a big boy. That's the sort of the last thing we needed right about now. Let's throw out Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw a card. Alright, at least we got that out of the way. Tyrant's Choice. I would like Torture. To deal 4 damage. Waiting for our opponent. Not that it matters. We already get what we want here. Alright, we're going to send in Night Market Lookout on a suicide mission. Bring him down to 5. And heal our life back from Dusk Legion Zealot. Now, if they attack with Orchard Strider here, we're going to block with Serried Scorpion, deal 2 damage to our opponent, and then literally all we need is a bump in the night, and they're dead. They very, very wisely didn't attack. Very wisely. However, we're going to do it for them. We still also have a chump blocker here in Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw 2 cards from Village Rites. And if we can get our bump in the night, that's game. And it's just 2 more Village Rites. It's Village Rites all the way down. You know what? We're actually going to do it again. We're going to kill our Dusk Legion Zealot, get rid of our chump blocker. We can take 6 damage. We just need to find... not Changeling Outcast. We did not need to find Changeling Outcast. That I don't want to Village Rites. Because we're just dead in 3 turns from... our opponent's dead in 3 turns from that anyway. No, because of the food, though. No, we kind of have to, don't we? We kind of have to Village Rites him. Because you can just gain all that life back with the food. I don't believe this. I honestly don't believe this. That would have been fine, but... he's just gonna gain 6 life, and that'll probably be it. Yep. So we can cycle Baron Moore next turn. Let's see. I think we can still pull this back. Maybe. We have 30 life, so we can hold on for a little bit here. Night Market Lookout. I would like to cycle that, please. Sign in Blood. Okay. Tyrant's Choice. Deal 4 damage. Down to 5. Return a Swamp. I swear, if we just get... all we need is to top deck Bump in the Night. That's all we need. Unless he heals himself this turn, which I'm hoping he doesn't. I should say they. They don't heal themselves. Flying. Okay. Wasn't planning on blocking it anyway. Basically just as long as they don't heal. I'd even take another Tyrant's Choice at this point. Because we have 1 damage guaranteed from Night Market Lookout. As well as 2 from Sign in Blood. We just need to find 2 damage somewhere. And that's it. Morsel Theft. And Sign in Blood. And that's game. Miscalculate. They had a counter spell. They had a counter spell. I don't believe it. They had a counter. Well, any of our damage spells at this point, any one of them will kill it. Even just a Changeling Outcast would do it. As long as they don't heal themselves. They only have 2 cards in their hand, which makes me feel a little bit better. They're looking for something. Now they're gonna send everyone in. We can take it. We can't take it another turn. We need to... I don't believe this. No! This is it! This is our salvation! Maybe? If we can block with this... We block the Orchard Strider. Never mind. One of his last 2 cards is Windcaller Avon. Avon, not Avon. Okay. Alright, buddy. He pulled himself from the brink there. I can't believe he didn't find... Alright. What would help us here? Geth's Verdict, Trespasser's Curse. I can't believe that, that miscalculation. I feel like Nihil Spellbomb would be good to stop him from getting his creatures back. We'll throw in 2 Trespassers' Curses and a Geth's Verdict. And we'll see how far that gets us. I feel like we can win against this deck easily on the play. Sure, we'll keep this hand. Changeling Outcast for some of that guaranteed damage. And we have to work quicker. We have to draw some of our good things. Cycling that. Alright. And we do have Tyrant's Choice. We're going to have to play this, unfortunately. Tap the Swamp, Serried Scorpion. Okay. Poke them for 1. We need to draw some of our damage dealers here. We have a couple of turns. Brainstorm. Such a good card. Such a good card, Brainstorm is. Because it allows you to just shuffle away cards you don't want just like that. It really is a good card. I know it was a big thing in MTG Arena was some people wanted it banned. I don't know. I think it's fine, honestly. Let's save the Tyrant's Choice. Just take a hit. Ooh. That's the kind of thing we need to draw. Sovereign's Bite. That's what I'm talking about. Poke for 2. Down to 17. We've got 7 damage in hand. And once we get them down to 10, Ghoul Draws Vampire gets powered up. I mean, 7. We technically have 9 damage in hand, right? Findhorn Elves. Okay. And cycle some land. And cycle that. What we really could use right about now is our Nihil Spell Bomb. Because they got a lot of bombs in their graveyard right now. This swamp is good, though. So, Sovereign's Bite. Down to 14. Tyrant's Choice. Deal 4. Power up Ghoul Draws. Down to 10. Put all of them up. Dealing 1, 2, 5, 6. Are they going to block our Dusk Legion? They do not. Down to 4. And remember, we have that Sign in Blood in hand. So late to dinner. Create a food token. Oh no, they're going to do food shenanigans again. But here's the thing. Okay, if we can draw Serrated Scorpion. Okay. Actually, no. Hold on. They only have 1 mana. They can't take the food. So, we're going to attack with everything. And they can only block 2 at most. We're going to block the Serrated Scorpion. And, oh, alright. I think they might have misdone their blocks there. Okay. Well, I think this is still fine, so we're just going to submit and go on to game 3. Going on the draw. Bum in the Night, lots of 1-drops. We're going to need a second mana eventually, but I think this will be fine. So we're going to want our Night Market Lookout out next turn. Definitely going to want that. Okay. Did they take a mulligan? They did take a mulligan. Ah, and right on cue, there's our second mana. They're going to do a little brainstorming. That's fine. Now we have 6 damage in our hand. So they're, again, effectively at 14 health. Already. Unless they have counters. Which, let's just... We're just gonna close our eyes, cover our ears, and pretend like they don't. Because, again, with burn decks, like this, you can't really play around counters. Llanowar Elves, I don't think they'll block. Cycle the Ash Barrens. And already, they're starting to run... They're seemingly starting to run into a bit of a hand problem. They're running out of cards. Ooh, I was going to maybe do Dusk Legion Zealot, but nope. We need Changeling Outcast. Night Market Lookout. And attack with that one. I don't think they're going to block. By the way, we deal 1. I didn't think so. So, poke for 2. And heal 1 for us. Next turn, I think we do Serried Scorpion and Bump in the Night. Cycle that. Add another mana. Attach to a body. Now remember, Changeling Outcast cannot block. It cannot block. We're going to put out a Serried Scorpion. And Bump in the Night. Down to 15. Now, this will deal at least 3 damage. If they don't block, which I'm hedging a little bit they won't, it will deal 5. Are they going to block is the question, though. They do, which I am perfectly fine with. They block 1 of them. Bring our opponent down to 11. And remember, we have that Sovereign's Bite stored away. Breath of Life, they're going to bring that back. Which is fine-ish. Let's see. I think we need to go Dusk Legion Zealot here. Draw a card. Another Swamp. We can use that to play a Serried Scorpion. Our Night Market look at has served its purpose. Have it deal the extra damage. It's going to die this turn. You have done well. We still get to poke for 2, though. Bringing our opponent down to 8. And remember, in reality, they're at 5 because of Sovereign's Bite. Our opponent only has 3 cards in hand. And if they attack with this, unless they can give it flying, we do get to deal 2 from the Serrated Scorpion. They don't attack. Buying us more turns. We are going to enchant them with Trespasser's Curse. That 1 damage could prove to play very, very key here. Very, very, very key. So we're going to hold 1 Serrated Scorpion back as a blocker. I'm going to attack with 1 in the Changeling Outcast to put our opponent down to 6. And they're gonna bite the bullet. I am actually surprised. They are going to bite the bullet on that one. Deal 2. And they are much closer. Much closer to death than they realize right now. And they're gonna do a little cycling. Do some more cycling, getting important note. Very important note here is those are 2 of their miscalculations. So they've got 3 cards in hand. Are they going to play a creature? No, they're going to do another Breath of Life, I assume? No, they're going to cycle that, and then they're probably going to bring it back. False Defeat. Okay. That triggers Trespasser's Curse, and we have lethal next turn. We have lethal this turn. Throw out another Serrated Scorpion. They can't counter it as well. Attack with the Changeling Outcast. They cannot block it. And then the moment of truth. Sovereign's Bite for the win. And that's how you do it. I think that the turning point of that match was when they bit the bullet on blocking Serrated Scorpion. That actually surprised me. I didn't expect them to do it. But that really accelerated our plans. Alright. Let's see. We are on the play. And we have no lands. That's an easy mulligan. And looks like this time we may have too many lands. We're going to keep this one, though. We're going to actually bottom a land. Put out Changeling Outcast. And pass the turn. A mountain. And a Satyr Hoplite. Okay, that doesn't really matter to us, because Changeling Outcast can't be blocked. We'll put out a Swamp, tap, and cycle Baron Moor for another Swamp. Alright. Bump in the Night for 3. Then attack with Changeling Outcast for 1. Bring it down to 16. Expedite. Okay. Oh, alright. Is this sort of like a mono-rev version of enchantments? Because I know all about that. Except with instants. Alright, dealing 5. So this is going to be a real test of speed, I can see. We'll put out Guldraw's Vampires. And we're actually going to use Sign in Blood on ourselves. And we get Sovereign's Bite, sorry. So that will bring them down to 15. Our Guldraw's Vampire gets powered up once they lose 5 more life. And it looks like they aren't going to power up their creature anymore. Oh, no. Rush of Adrenaline. They were going to do it all, after that. Okay. And that's that. Alright. Well. Let's see. What can we do? Well, we can take out our 2 Morsel Thefts. And put in Geth's Verdict for some removal. And maybe 1 each of Blade Brand and Echoing Decay. And we'll see how this does. We're on the play again. We'll keep this one because we actually have land this time. We'll put that out. Put out Night Market Lookout. And Gut Shot. Okay. That is slightly helpful to us, though, considering that they used Phyrexian mana to do it. Alright. Their Satyr Hoplite is in again. We could really use that Geth's Verdict. Lightning Bolt the Serrated Scorpion. Deal 2 damage. It's a bit unfortunate we can't use it for Village Rites now. Especially considering that it's practically all we have in our hand. Perilous Mirror. Okay. Hopefully they don't kill this one. Though we may have to use it as a blocker. We'll see here. They don't do anything. Another Satyr Hoplite. We could really use our Geth's Verdict. I say we kill one of the Hoplites. Unfortunately, we kind of need to do a little bit of control here. Apostles' Blessing. Never mind. They're just able to tank that. At least you still get 2 from the Phyrexian mana. We're gonna have to take 2 here because we're not drawing anything. There's our Geth's Verdict. So we will be able to deal with one of these cards, one of these creatures next turn. The question is it going to be too late? Gains double strike. We're going to play it risky here and let them hit me. Okay, so we can make a pretty good play here. Force them to sacrifice one of their creatures. Play Perilous Mirror. And then sack Perilous Mirror, killing one of their creatures. Unless they... Nope. Okay. Draw 2 cards. And next turn, we can do both Tyrant's Choice and Night Market Lookout. That's what I like to see. And another good thing, our opponent's running out of cards. They only have 3. Timur Battle Rage. Alright. We take 6. Another swamp. Night Market Lookout. I'm going to vote for death. Votes for torture. They take 8. We have to sack Night Market's Lookout. Oh, perfect. So perfect. Geth's Verdict. Sacrifice the Sator Hoplite. Hit for 3 with Ghoul Draws. They're down to 4. And we have lethal next turn. A Crowan Crusader. Expedite. They deal 2 to me. Oh, they just lost the game. They just lost the game. Deal 3 from Ghoul Draws. Sign in Blood. And on to game 3. Those Geth's Verdicts really worked out for us. They really worked out for us. I think this is perfect right here. I think this is the perfect counter deck. Let's go back in. We're on the draw. That is a little... That's a little dicey, but I think we'll be fine. They did mulligan. Oh! Well, it looks like our Echoing Decay, assuming we can get a swamp. We do. All right. Well, let's throw us a Serried Scorpion. And next turn, we can kill both Satyr Hoplites, hopefully. I'm going to block one. Rush of Adrenaline. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. And they are also at the end of their hand. They have one card left. And I have a plan. I have a massive, wonderful plan. Echoing Decay. Satyr Hoplite. Wipe the board. Mutagenic Growth. That one lives. The other one dies. They did take 2 from the Phyrexian mana. But now they're top decking. This would be a great time for a Geth's Verdict. We don't get that. We do get Blade Brand, which we could use. Lightning Bolt Market Lookout. That's fine. As long as they keep top decking. As long as they keep top decking, I am fine with it. No. No, not yet. Not yet. Guldra's Vampire. Bump in the Night. Attack with Changeling Outcast. At this point, this is just a pure damage race. It's who can kill the other quicker. And Sovereign's Bite may have just given us the advantage. Block with Guldra's. We can afford to lose it. Kiln Fiend. Alright. Tyrant's Choice. I wish I had more mana. I really need it. Okay. We vote for death to hopefully make them sacrifice? No. That's fine. They still take 4. That card's so great because either outcome is advantageous to our game plan. So they're down to 7. And they're probably gonna cast something. Yep. Mutagenic Growth. I don't think that's lethal. That's not lethal. This is gonna be lethal. Alright. I should have Sovereign's Bite. I should have Sovereign's Bite. Well, actually, what I should have done is just saved the mana and Blade Branded. I shouldn't have been so aggressive. That was my downfall. All right. So that was self-dubbed Mono Black Burn. As this video showed, this deck can win games. It can win games very easily. I think part of the reason why we lost a lot of those games was due to the weird mana draws. The very, very, very strange mana draws. But, the mana draws were weird in MTGA when I was playing off camera last night, too. But, maybe the deck shufflers just hate me. I don't know. But, this deck can win. It's also very fun to play. It's very easy to pick up. And again, it's really, really cheap. Under as of this video, under $5. So, I recommend giving it a try. There's not much investment. And with that said, again, if you like this video, leave it a like, comment, subscribe, and that's it. See ya.